Good morning. Welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. Take two. Oh my goodness. Did a whole hour video and the sound did not come through, even with my headphones in. So we're going to do this all over again. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Tea Time with Tanya. Today is Wednesday, the 7th of June, 2022. Let's start this off with a blessing, shall we? Dear universe, dear creator, dear spirit guides, please give us, the collective, a blessing for this Wednesday, the 7th of June. We get a blessing woven in time. The present circumstances are guiding you to a sacred space inside you, from where you will see things more clearly. Look through the eye of the soul, and you will find the answer. This card is a blessing woven in time. The time will soon come. Namaste. Look at this card. Look at the woman woven into the roots of the tree. Let me read this one more time. A blessing woven in time. The present circumstances are guiding you to a sacred space inside you, from where you will see things more clearly. Look through the eye of the soul, and you will find the answers. This card is a blessing woven in time. The time will soon come. Namaste. Good morning, everyone. All right, let's go ahead and jump into these questions. I have some great questions today. First one I'm going to start off with is Mark Meadows. I would like to know, this is my question. Is Mark Meadows cooperating with the DOJ? And has he made a deal to where he will not be publicly arrested? Is Mark Meadows working with the DOJ and the FBI? And has he made a deal with them that he will not be publicly arrested and humiliated like Peter Navarro? Is Mark Meadows working with and for the DOJ and FBI? Is Mark Meadows working with and for? Sorry about this, guys. Cards are getting clumsy. Let me shuffle one more time. Is Mark Meadows working behind the scenes with the DOJ and the FBI? Here we go. Okay. And we have a yes, guys. We do have a yes. But Mark Meadows is still, he does have some anxiety because he has broken the law. Mark Meadows is working with the DOJ, kind of a low key type of thing to keep him kind of safe from the rest of the from the rest of the GOP, because he's already told on him, guys. Everything that Mark Meadows had, he gave up as soon as he was asked for it. Immediately. Immediately. Mark Meadows does not want to go to prison. He is afraid of 45, okay? And he's afraid of what the people with the money can do to him. But, guys, everybody already knows that Mark Meadows gave his phones, plural, to the January 6th committee. They were also given to the FBI, and they were also, the DOJ has access to everything that he has already turned over as well. Mark Meadows is worried about fighting. This is not about fighting off Democrats. This is about fighting off QAnon. This is about fighting off the fringe part of his party. He wants to get away. He knows that when the news breaks about everything that he has really, really given, that he is going to have to find another place to reside. And he is actually, he may be in fear uh, of his safety. They have already been making threats, but when they started making threats to Mark Meadows, he had he had gave up all the stuff that he had. He gave it up instantly. You talk about there, he was there for the money. He was there for the money. He was there for the prestige, but he was not there for the prison time. Okay, this whole thing, Mark Meadows is working. He is in partnership with the FBI. This is him, and he is working together hand in hand with the FBI and the DOJ. Mark Meadows holds a lot of information in his hand that is pivotal to this trial. When the trial comes, but a lot of information that will be, and you'll see it tomorrow. A lot of the information that is going to be talked about during this January 6th investigation is going to come directly from Mark Meadows' uh, phone records. And a lot of that is going to be straight to evidence. Again, Mark Meadows is worried about those people who control the world, the 1%, the people who control the pocketbooks. That is what he is worried about. He's not worried about 45 per se. He's worried about the people who run 45, the dark money that's running this MAGA campaign, that is running the Republican Party right now. And guys, a lot of that does have to do with the NRA. Yes, it does. So Mark Meadows is in fact working with the DOJ and the FBI. That is why he has not been perp walked, and he won't be. He's made a deal, but Mark Meadows has also given the information that is going to bring down a lot of big names. My next question is from Spirits Beyond the Stars, and she says the Ukraine is proposing to show the bodies of the victims of war. Okay, the Ukraine is threatening to show the exploded bodies of men, women, and children who are being killed in the Ukraine. Spirits Beyond the Stars would like to know: will this make a difference? Will this make a difference to the rest of the world if they saw bloody bodies? Yes, it'll make a difference on the way that people are judging what's going on over there, seeing actual casualties instead of burned out, bombed out buildings, because seeing an exploded body or just splattered blood is a lot more than seeing an empty, blown up building. It doesn't have the same effect. But here's the thing: the mainstream media will still blur it out and call it in the for decency, even though this whole war is the most indecent thing that has befalled us in recent history. Okay, so the question was, will it make a difference if the Ukraine showed pictures of the casualties? Yes, it would make a difference, but the mainstream media would do its best to make sure that all you saw were blurs. Okay, you have to understand, war is money. War is money. And it doesn't matter who's in war. War is money. Okay? When you're in war and you're shooting bombs and you're shooting bullets, somebody has to make those bullets. Somebody is making guns. Somebody is replenishing all these munitions. War is money. War is a way that rich people acquire more money. Okay? And this is what Vlad is trying to do. This was a whole thing on taking over the Ukraine. He wanted to absorb the Ukraine and their wealth into Russia. He wanted to take it over and make it his. Take their money and make it his. To try to make Russia stronger. Understand that none of this stuff is complicated. Oh, it's very simple and it's very basic. Everything that the rich do is to enrich themselves. Vladimir included. Old Don included. Money, the want of money, the love of money is the root of all evil. The love and the want of money is the root of all evil. And we can see that right here in the United States. Everything that is being done to us is being done for the dollar. We don't have gun control because, gosh darn it, that would just hurt the NRA and the gun manufacturers too much. And we just can't have that. Okay? It comes down to dollars and cents. And it also comes down to control. They don't want to do anything about guns because it keeps them in control. And it keeps the loose cannons and the low intelligence people right where they want them. People who think that the only way that they can have power is through a firearm that can kill 100 people in 100 seconds. Okay? This country is operating on fear and cowardice. It has been. I can't even give you a timeline. Things that could have been done to help this nation, to actually push this nation to being one of the greatest nations on this earth. America has failed, refusing to step away from the violence that this country was built on, refusing to step away from the separation that it causes its citizenry, refusal to take care of the weakest in our society, our babies, our mothers. A country that does not take care of its most vulnerable cannot call itself great. Cannot. A country that allows its children to be slaughtered cannot call itself great and cannot call itself united. A country who refuses to put people above money cannot call itself great and has no right to point fingers at anyone else. This is where we are. This is where we are. American ideology and the gun. What is the end for America? Where is this going to end? If America can't deal with its gun problem, where will this end for America? Spirit guides, universe, please speak freely through me. Where is this gun violence going to leave America? Where is this road leading us to? What is our outcome besides death? What is the outcome of American ideology versus the gun? Right? The future. American ideology versus the gun. Where is this going to lead America? The first card we get is the Wheel of Fortune. And I keep saying this, America has a karmic debt that is enormous, that is past due. Okay? The entire world is watching what is going on right now. America is being held hostage by a group of people with guns and no regard for human life, safety, or the rule of law. This is only about what you can have, who can have it, and I dare you to try to take it away from me. This is the downfall of America. Our skeletons, our dirty laundry, our baseness will be drug up, is drug up. It is drug up every day. Every day there's a mass shooting. The bottom of the swamp is being drug up. And all the cretins who allow this to continue day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, decade after decade. Okay? The same people who allow this to happen. These are the swamp creatures. These are the ones who make the laws that do not help us. Now, the NRA, oh, they want you to be able to carry a gun anywhere except for around them. Oh, no, you will not come to their place of business armed. Oh, no, they don't want you to walk in there and shoot them. You can walk anywhere else but there. Hypocrisy. Hypocrisy is number one. If what your party is doing is hypocritic, drop it. And I'm gonna say this, guys, and I know because this is a political channel. And yes, I call myself a Democrat. I think of myself as an independent, but I call myself a Democrat because if I claim to be an independent, then I can't vote until November. I can't help to choose who's on the ballot, which is another system of control, which means independent thinkers, people who decide to only be independent, cannot vote until the general election, which is another unfairity, okay, which forces people to choose a D or an R. Or you can keep your I, but you just can't vote until November. Okay? Understand this. Understand this. So we're talking about the end of American society. Let me get back into this reading because what we're talking about, we got karma, the world is watching, America being held hostage by the gun. The GOP, the GQP, QAnon, the swamp creatures keeping us low vibrating, keeping us at the edge of the swamp, keeping us from being able to move forward in any real way because they don't want to give up that almighty dollar, the power and control that being pro-gun brings them. Because people who love their guns and hate everybody else pay their dues to the NRA. They show up to Trump rallies. Okay? America is at a crossroads. Unequivocally, we are at a crossroads. How many tiny caskets does it take before America says enough is enough? How many tiny caskets? How many Cinderella caskets? Transformer caskets? Dump truck caskets for little baby children? How many do we have to see? How many babies do we have to put in the ground before we decide that they are more important than a piece of plastic and steel? Because that piece of plastic and steel has more rights than the woman, has more rights than the child. The only one that the gun doesn't have more rights than is the white man. And that's who they want to carry that gun, is the white man. The AR-15 is for the white man. Weapon of mass destruction. Kill them all and let God sort them out. Understand where we are. This is not a stretch. This is the logical place of where gun worship gets us. And the complete disregard for life. The final outcome for the gun ideology in America. This is what it causes. It causes abject poverty in all forms. It causes mental poverty, mental deprivation. It causes physical poverty because parents lose children, children lose parents. We lose family, we lose friends. It's just loss. Guns make us poorer. They don't make us richer. They don't acquire things. They take away. Understand. Understand. A gun is a negative. A negative. It subtracts from life. Understand that. My next question is about Amy Coney Barrett. And I believe this is one of Spirits Beyond the Stars questions. Amy Coney Barrett. It came out that she's a founder, one of the founding members of a a cult that used sex, child sex, other people's sex, rich folks living in a mansion, controlling every aspect of people's lives based on religion. A man showering with his 11 and 9-year-old daughters in the name of Christ. This is how families are supposed to be. Yes, Amy Coney Barrett lived in that house, had sex with the people, met her husband there, who was also, well, let's just call them what they were, inmates. Probably kidnapped. It was a cult. It is a cult. It's a cult. Okay? Brainwashed, sexed up, everything. Let's talk about Amy Coney Barrett. What is her mission on the Supreme Court? Why was she put there? And she was placed there for a reason. And I believe that she is the anti-woman reason. She is the woman to put the woman back under male control. And they put her on the court to make sure that her vote matched that her thinking was no different from white male supremacist thinking, that she was a pivotal cog in the furtherance of this notion that women should be barefoot, naked, and in the kitchen doing nothing but making sandwiches and having babies. Okay, Amy Coney Barrett, what's your mission? Oh my goodness. First thing we get is the Five of Pentacles. Look at that. Complete destitution. This is what Amy Coney Barrett brings to the Supreme Court. She brings destitution. She is morally bankrupt. And this is what this card is saying. She has none. She is morally bankrupt. She uses the Bible to justify everything she does. And she's not even a good Christian. This is just pure hypocrisy. She does what she does for money, power, and control to further her cause. What she has been told to do, she is a damn good soldier. She will fight to the end. She is on board with whatever they tell her to do, she will do. Okay? She sees herself as the Queen of Swords. Severity. Oh, just nastiness. Vile, vile, vile. She she will send your 7-year-old to prison for life. Okay? This is a person, do as I say, not as I do. Do as I say, or I will make sure that I will make your life hell. This is Amy Coney Barrett. People don't like her, and she's very aware of this. People don't like her at all. People openly wish she would go away. They really do. And a lot of people have said it to her face. She's a disgrace. How could she do this? It's deserved. It's deserved. But she can't see. She is completely brainwashed. And guys, these people's ideology has been literally beaten into them. Amy Coney Barrett, and for what she joined a cult, she joined too. She joined a cult. She stayed in it. She became a founding member of that cult. People hate her. People have bullseyes on her. People want to see her fail. And she gets death and uh, affliction. So Amy may not be on the court for very, very long. There's going to be some things coming out about her. We'll be forced to see, and we'll be forced to see because it's going to be stuff that we really don't want to know. But it is important, and it is some stuff that can get her removed. Mainly conflicts of interest, and that's what it's going to be with her and a couple of her other counterparts. Conflicts of interest. When it comes to light that these people have been paid off by the Federal Society, that they have been paid off by dark money, that they are receiving compensation for being from outside entities for swaying their votes. This is why this ethics investigation talk is so scary to the SCOTUS, because they know they have been untouchable for so long. But I think we may look to a justice to break open everything, to literally spill the beans. And I don't think it's going to be Ketanji Jackson. I believe it's going to be a long sitting SCOTUS that is going to speak on all the bad things that go on behind those large closed doors that America needs to know about. That America needs to know that the Supreme Court is literally working for big business, shaping a derogatory America, a heinous America. This will be brought out into the light. My next question is from Denny. And Denny would like to know what would happen if we all just stop paying our bills? What would happen if we all just one day decided we ain't paying not one more bill? What would actually happen? Well, guys, I can tell you, we could change this world, but it would take a super majority of us to do it. And the only way that we can do that is to stand up together. And unfortunately, the only way we're going to stand up together is when the rich hurt us so much that we don't have a choice but to. And that's coming, guys. Oh, I ride after midnight. I ride my bike after midnight. Saw my first $6 gas here in Henderson. And it's not even $6. It's like $6.40. So it didn't even stop at $6. It went from like $5.98 to $6.40. Can you imagine what that is going to do to to food prices today? How much milk is going to cost you today? How much a can of peas is going to cost you today? Okay? So, what would happen if if everybody just stopped? Everybody said, oh, this is it. I'm not paying nothing. Ain't paying no car, ain't paying the house, ain't paying the electric. What will happen if the whole country just said, nope, we're not giving you our money? What would happen? A whole lot of anxiety for people who are not prepared to do that. That's what would happen. A lot of tears and sadness, again, because people are convinced that they need the government. They are convinced that they need the government, that we can't do this on our own. And guys, I hate to say this, but and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna hurt us until we decide that we can't take it anymore. The only way, only when we have been beaten to where we can't, to where we don't have anything left, is when we will stand up. And that is the worst part about America and Americans, is that we are so stubborn that we allow people to harm us because we don't want to be inconvenienced. America, we are, and I'm American. We are some of the most spoiled people in the country, in the world. Not used to doing without anything, not used to not having, not used to being able to do or say or behave any kind of way we want to. Guys, understand, all of that, all of that was a great big old trick that brings us to today, where we have a whole country of people who, because they have never had to get along, work together with anybody else for anything, that we have a broken country of people who are so separated, so stagnated, can't move, can't think outside the box. One way cannot change their mind, rigid thinking. And they do this by making sure that our education system is poor, that there is no critical thought, that children are told what to think, not how to think, that children are indoctrinated. They are not given the resources to learn about their environment through even through osmosis, through being in it. No, we take them, put them in a sterile room, show them images of what we want them to learn and nothing else. Test them on what we want them to learn and nothing else. And then graduate them on only what we have put into them. We have created a bunch of little robots. That's what we've done. And those little robots turn into voters who follow the instructions. That's why schools do what they do. Okay, it is indoctrination. The school has its syllabus to teach your children exactly what they want to teach them and nothing else. Nothing else. They don't teach your child how to cope. They don't teach your child that he is a special individual, that he can do something. They don't teach your child that he doesn't really need that to learn all this stuff that they're teaching him. He needs to learn how to self-care. He needs to learn how to eat properly. He needs to learn how to take care of his body, this vessel that we've been given. Those are the important things that children are not taught. How to take care of ourselves. Children are not taught. Those are the most important things. No, they're taught 1 + 1 = 2. That's fine. That's fine. But there's more to life than adding. I have never used algebra one day of my adult life. Not one day have I used algebra. But I could have failed high school because I wasn't good at it. And it meant nothing to the rest of my life. Believe me, our educational system is another system of slavery. They are not teaching your children, okay? They are brainwashing them to do what they want them to do, to think how they want them to think. Your job as a parent, a grandparent, an auntie, an uncle, whatever, you know, give your family members an accurate view of the world. Take them places and let them see realness. Not just what's on TV, not just what's programmed for them, not just what the mainstream media and government wants them to see. Understand. Understand what is really going on. My next question. Will Kamala Harris, what is going to be Kamala Harris's legacy? I guess a lot of people are, being real mean about Kamala, and that's to be expected. But what did Mike Pence do? Can anybody remember one speech Mike Pence made? A word that he said in a speech. And I'm not talking about an adjective or a noun. I'm talking about something he actually said that you can remember about something of substance. You don't, because it doesn't exist. Okay? The vice president is a figurehead. The vice president is only there if the president dies. Mike Pence didn't do jack nothing while he was vice president. Go shake hands, open factories. Same thing Kamala's doing, except for Kamala's getting beef for it. She's getting flack for what she does, where Pence didn't. Why? Because she's a woman of color. And we don't did we have to say that? No. Why are people bragging on Kamala? Because she's a person of color. Because she's the first black female that could actually be president. And that scares the white supremacists more than anything in the world. The thought of a black woman, the most marginalized creature on the planet, running this entire country. That scares them more than anything. Okay? Understand that that is a real, tangible fear. And that's why they have all claws and daggers for Kamala Harris. All right? But I'll let Taro tell you. Taro, please tell us. Tell us all you can about Kamala Harris. Many, many spies in the camp trying to keep tabs on Kamala, make sure that she doesn't get too much power, get too much acceptance, does not step out of her lane. She is so tied and bound, so constricted and controlled. And then she has microaggressions from people that she has to work with, that she is forced to be around, people who hate her and use microaggressions at every turn in the way that they define her, the way that they speak to her. Yes, it is very trying for her. And these are the people. These are the rich ones. Yeah, these are the people. This is them. She's doing everything she can to try to do her job, keep everything in order. She understands. She understands what's going on. This is not surprising to her. And even though it is extremely painful, yet her and Jill Biden cry together regularly. They cry together when they get together, and they do. They're friends. They became friends when during the campaign, but they are truly friends, and they do lunch like once a week or so. But it's always part of it is tears. It is tears because it is just so daunting. It's so daunting and it's so personal because they attack Kamala personally. And they don't do that to other people. Okay? Understand. Understand. People are stealing her valor. Anything that she does, they spin it one way or another, trying to take anything good that she does or tries to do, they try to take it away from her. They throw roadblocks at her left and right. The last card for Kamala, she gets the Queen of Swords, okay? The severe lady. She's a strong lady. She's a strong woman, okay? And she can be severe, okay? And she is completely prepared to do it alone. And she knows it's going to hurt. She knows it's going to be painful. But she has a strength in her that a lot of people don't see, but they will. They will see Kamala's strength. Kamala will be pushed to the point to where she's going to have to actually fight back, and she'll do it with elegance and grace. But she's going to do it like a ferocious lion, and she's going to stop a lot of male chauvinists. She's going to kind of put them in their place, and it's going to be visual. We'll get a chance to see it. It'll be talked about. All right. Next question is from Danny. Will the British royal family cease to be? And what I feel about this, guys, is that if you look back over the decades, the royal family has the ones that are actually have any power now. There's two. Right now, it's the Queen and her eldest son, Charles. Okay, when the Queen dies, Prince Charles will assume the figurehead of Great Britain and become King of Britain. It's a figurehead. He has no power. The Queen has no power. The one who runs Britain right now is Boris Johnson. He is the prime minister. He is the president, the elected president. He is the one who runs the UK, him and Parliament. The royal family are just figureheads. Okay? That's all they are. And everybody needs to understand the royal family has no power. What they do have is being taken care of by taxpayers. Now, this will become a problem down the road. And this is where I'm going to start this reading. What is the legacy? What is going to be the legacy of the British royal family? Guys, when Brexit goes into full effect, and it's happening now, because here's all the, with the gas prices and everything, exports and imports. And Vlad is the one who talked Britain into doing what it did. Okay, understand that this was all a plot from Vladimir Putin to get Britain on his side, to get Britain on his side. And what he did was destroy Great Britain in the process with the complete help of Boris Johnson and his party. They did everything they could to take away the liberties of the Brits, to include one of the best healthcare systems in the world. Okay? Yeah, Britain wants to make its healthcare system like America's, to where if you get sick, you can lose your house to pay the hospital. Yeah, that's what Boris wants for everybody. That's what he wants. That's what he wants for the country. Okay, so my cloth got caught in my cards. So what will happen to the royal family? Oh, they're coming into some hard times. There's going to be a lot of karma. But right now, everybody sees what's going on with the royal family. The splits, the rifts, Andrew getting taken off of his platform, Harry stepping down from his duties, to protect his wife and family. Charles marrying. I mean, it's just nasty. Everything is nasty. And I keep saying the chickens are coming home to roost. And they are. The British royal family will, in time, fade out. It will fade out when people in Britain who are going to be hurting, starving, and having to keep the queen or king or whoever it is in their opulence, because that's who pays for it. The royal family contributes nothing to Britain. They live off of the backs of its citizens. The British people pay for the opulence of the Mountbattens. Okay, everybody needs to understand the royal family isn't rich because they were rich. They are rich because they take the money of their citizens and solely live off of that. All their jewels, all their crowns, all their gold, the British people bought and paid for that. And the Mountbattens get to keep it. There you go, guys. All right. This has been my reading for Wednesday, the 7th of June. Guys, we've got to break our system of slavery. We got to stand up and flip the table over. We've got to unite as a people and come together to stop the treachery that is being waged, heaped upon us. If you have any questions that you would like answered, any question at all that you would like answered, please drop it in the question box below for Friday's live show. Okay? I need questions, guys, and I want to know what's truly on your heart. What do you need to know about these times? That's what I'm here for. To help everybody be prepared. Because if you're prepared, then you don't have to be scared. Scared is only for people who get caught unaware. Okay? We know what's coming. Prepare yourself. Be fearless. Be fearless. Because in the absence of fear, you can see the truth. But if you're afraid, then they can fool you with their lies. Guys, wake up. Open your eyes. Put fear aside. Understand what's real and what's not. Take care of yourself. Take care of you. Take care of your mental health. Take care of your spiritual health. And take care of your physical health. It is time. There's lots of energies coming in. We are changing. Our world is changing, and it's happening quickly. Be prepared, okay? It's time for us to rise up, guys. Clear your family karma. Let's break the old. Let's stop family trauma. Let's stop this system of violence that starts in the home. Let's stop it. Name it, call it by its name, and then deal with it. Let's repair ourselves. Let's repair ourselves so that we can create a wonderful new world. I love you. Namaste.